Hi guys, it's another day of my 30 days challenge to actually speak about the Planero product. And yesterday I was pitching it to investors. I cannot lie to you, I didn't sell my startup, I didn't make money, my presentation kind of sucked. But the good thing about my pitch was I actually heard a lot of good feedback. This is something we're going to talk about today. I will show you what were the biggest mistakes I made, and also what should I do next time to make my pitch perfect, because not succeeding this time gave me a big opportunity to learn. So stick around, where we'll start with how I felt before. So I'm driving to Warsaw to have a pitch, and there are three major problems. So the first one is I already smell quite badly, but luckily I have a shirt here somewhere. The worst of all, I was listening to how to make a good pitch, and I feel my pitch kind of sucks. I have to make it work, because like they have my presentation from a couple of days ago. The most important is to explain the problem. I think that's something that I have the biggest problem now, and I have an hour and a half to actually fix that. I will have to explain that, you know, lots of small companies or medium companies that do delivery and supplying, they work with spreadsheets, and you know, they have hundreds or thousands of items there, and it's really hard to actually manage them. Like, you have to have like central person always to manage that, otherwise like one person overrides the other's deliveries. So it's really hard to actually keep it up to date. Like, one person will override other person's status, and then it's a mess. So you either have like one central person to actually update something if you know there was an update in status. Then the next slide is about me. I can talk about myself. So I'm the founder of Planero, and today I will show you how to fix that, how we're gonna revolutionize product delivery management for like small and medium companies, and then we're gonna talk about solution. Okay, so let's try to get that done. I have this really cool, I found at my parents' house, this really cool pink blazer. I used to wear it to speak to girls, and they would think like I'm some sort of fashion designer. Otherwise I have a shirt as well. So here I am, trying to prepare for it, and I really started late because I made the presentation, which I showed you like a week ago, and then I didn't really go through it that much, and I didn't really think through some of the parts. So that's my first big mistake. I didn't really prepare, I didn't rehearse my presentation. Now it's the next video, so I recorded myself presenting, so I will be actually commenting on it during my talk. So the cool thing that happened to me was this guy who was speaking before me, he was already showing my products. When I was starting my talk, I actually thanked him for it, which was kind of funny.
The mic is here, the clicker is here.
It's quite kind of thing that I would normally say, you know, I would just like make a joke out of this kind of things. Here I am, you can see me in a fresh shirt. I didn't wear the blazer. This is the kind of blazer you have to wear when you feel really confident. So yesterday I didn't really feel confident enough to be wearing this like really cocky.
And the timer will be.
Okay, thank you Kasper for advertising my product. So yeah, here's my joke. I think it landed quite well. And then it's back to me unprepared, and I knew that like deep inside I actually knew that I'm not very well prepared. I'm actually like in a bad spot because I don't even know this line, you know. It's a delivery management app for supplying companies, and like what I did, yeah, so look, I'm actually looking at my presentation. I should be looking at the crowd. I should be looking at the people that I'm talking to. And here I'm just like pointing them, look, I don't know what I'm talking about. There's this screen behind me that tells you what you should know. And I should address them myself. You know, I should be, you know, after the good start, after a good joke at the start and some laughs, I should be talking to them like, okay, you know, we had some fun now, so this is the product that I'm actually selling to you, and this is delivery management app for supplying companies. And I'm actually instead of speaking to my audience, I'm actually reading from my presentation. So like this is a big mistake I did throughout the entire presentation. I would actually look at the screen and just read what's there. So because I wasn't prepared, I would be looking at my notes behind me. The delivery managing app for companies that are for middle, like supplying companies. Yeah, so like yeah, I'm already stumbling even like with the first line, and like this is a small thing but what happened here. This slide showed and it should be third slide, and I showed it as a second slide, so who I am, and this is actually important slide apparently. It's not only company or it's not only idea, but it's also you who is building this application. So you should be selling yourself as well as the app. I just stumbled on this slide accidentally, and I instantly jumped to back to the first one. Oops, I mistake. Back to here, and now I'm here, and I'm here. Like, okay, so like here I am. I'm Maciej. I'm the founder of Planero, and today I will talk to you about my product and how we're gonna revolutionize delivery management. Just because it wasn't in the order that I expected, I sort of jumped to the next one here. So yeah, and like back, forth. Okay, and now here I am at the important part, which I thought like, okay, this is the most important, as I said on my video from the car, which was actually important, because you have to say like, okay, what is the problem? Like why you are even making this application? Okay, so I like this 68% of supplying companies are still using Excel for tracking orders. I'm here and I'm looking at my screen, I'm kind of, oh yeah, look, I'm reading here my presentation. Those 3 points, those 3 main bullet points, I should have actually memorized, Okay, this is the second slide. This is what it is. I should be telling that to my audience. At this stage, I also should actually explain what sort of companies I'm aiming for. What I heard from the audience later is that wasn't really obvious what sort of companies I'm looking for. So I should be saying that, okay, I'm looking for small to medium companies that just still use Excel. So they have problems with, too many spreadsheets, the chaos that means, having hundreds or thousands of items of, products, companies, deliveries within Excel. As a supplier, it's really hard to track that way. You just have to call the guy within the company and just ask him like, where's my delivery? For some reason, like people who were in the audience, they said that I did well. As you can see, I'm not really feeling that way.
Also like very central person that is managing and everything. So like,
So like I'm not really feeling what I'm talking about. It's like something that I should be a bit more familiar with. This is actually where I can say the story, to tell them like a story of a person who is trying to run a company, and he has a Excel spreadsheet. It's a nightmare for him to stay up to date. Those are the bullet points that I actually wrote down. But like I should be saying like, okay, if you are the person, imagine yourself being in a situation where you are using Excel for all of that. And you have all the spreadsheet chaos. It's really hard to visualize where you are, where is the delivery, and you get people calling you all the time, asking you, where is my order, what happened to the order. So this is the problem, you have to solve that. Like it's really a nightmare for you, and this is where the hero comes in, me with my Planero product, and this is my solution. So there is a database with all the products, with all the deliveries. There is real-time delivery tracking, so you can see where you are. Like you can see the status of each delivery. It's like a fairy tale, there's something bad happening in the kingdom, and there is a hero coming in and helping us. So let's go to
your delivery process. So
yeah, here at least I'm talking to some audience. I'm looking at the audience, which is good. Like sometimes I did the right thing, I guess. And I sort of recovered a bit from the problem part. I'm sort of trying to explain. I'm still sort of stumbling here, but at least I feel a bit more comfortable with that, So the solution is something that I'm much more familiar with. I should be saying it as a story, as a congruent story, not just different slides, but this is just like an entire story, This is how bad it is, but this is how we can save you. When I was designing it, I made it this bigger, so it kind of looks like I have a table with some stuff. This shows some functionality, but I think like this is the place where I should actually show more of that. Products, deliveries, businesses, I have like individual product, I can search, I've got this, I've got that, So you could actually show much more functionalities there, not just like, okay, there's a bit of table and you can upload file and export file and add a product and search for products. I think this is the place where I'm showing, okay, this is the cool feature here, this is the cool feature there. I should focus more on showing exact functionalities that are actually so great. And then there's another one, like another screen. I could probably make 4 or 5 of those slides, Okay, this is the function one, This is how it's great. This is the function 2. This is how it's great. How you can use it. You know, you can just drag and drop. You can search. And yeah, reports, analytics. Again, like I should have shown some better screens. I should actually show some better data in the application itself, you know, not just my test set, because it doesn't look good. And the next 2 slides are actually where I heard the most feedback. And it was obviously not very positive for me. You know, if I'm looking for an investor, I need to tell him how much he can make. So this slide is actually how much there is on the table, how much we can take. So even if I put those numbers here, I should actually know what those acronyms are. Like, okay, so this is actually something that investor can look into. It's like, and then there is my business model, which actually, those two didn't really gel. If I'm actually selling my application for 12 euros per month, okay, for 100 products and whatever, 50 deliveries, I didn't really think much about pricing, to be honest. Okay, if it's a basic, so it's for small company and they're gonna pay 12 euros per month. It's very cheap, so it's actually suggesting that the application is not very good. So like I have to really think of my pricing. And this was actually something that I heard from other Maciek, who I spoke to, and he was telling me like, okay, how do you price the application? You have to speak to your customers, try to define how much savings are there from your product. If they're saving a lot, they can actually pay a lot more. So let's say, you know, per month, they're gonna save 200 euros. Me charging them 12 euros might actually not be enough, you know, or like per month, they might actually save in thousands, and then just paying me 12 euros, it's actually super cheap, you know, it's like too cheap to even imagine, you know, so they might actually look at this price and think like, okay, this is actually an important functionality. Do I really want it to be cheap? Enterprise, they're gonna pay 47 euros. Enterprise, like if it's a corporation, if it's a huge corporation, they're actually ready to pay a lot of money, like in thousands per month actually for it to run. So like it's a solution for hundreds or thousands of people to work on, and like they have to rely on it. So if I'm just gonna charge them 47 euros, that means that I can't be putting too much of it into scaling that application or improvements. I'm just gonna give them something really cheap. If it's enterprise, if it's a huge like corporation, let's talk about it. Like, let's just see what your case is and then price it based on that. This slide shows that I'm actually shy about my product. I'm not really convinced that it's actually that good. Even pricing is actually something that suggests, okay, this is something good and you should pay for it if you actually use it a lot. And here I ran out of time, so I just realized, okay, I have 5 seconds to go. This is my competition. It was actually a good slide. My partner in this project is actually a guy from the industry. So he is actually someone who will be using this application. So he's the ideal user. The market might not be huge, but it's actually a very good application for those cases that actually gonna use it. And it's actually funny, like, you know, like when I was driving there, I heard about the team, which is actually very important. And I ran out of time totally. The funny thing is, like, me and Rafa, we are actually quite a good friends, and we worked on some projects. And this is apparently a strength of the team. If you have people that know each other very well, and they worked with each other and they can trust each other, then you should actually talk about it. It's not only like smart main founder and that's the genius guy behind it, but the team is actually equally important.
First of all,
thanks for watching that. I hope you learned something. I learned a lot from this experience, and I will be actually trying to pitch this thing again. Next time I will make sure that my audio is much better so you can hear what I'm actually talking on the presentation, so I would publish that as well. See you tomorrow. I really enjoyed pitching, and thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and like again. Thanks.